to when the bass low.
Hello guys, this is Wise Gaming HD, and welcome back to Race to Division 1. We're now into episode 2, and the two teams we will be using in today's episode, so obviously we'll be using a club and a country. The club which we'll be starting off with is of course AC Milan. They've got such a strong squad. The likes of Stefan El Shaarawy, Balotelli and players like that. They've just got a really solid side. That's the main reason why I decided to use them. I really like their squad. A couple of good young players in there as well as like Yang, who I believe I started for this game. And we came up against Liverpool actually, and we all know the threat that Liverpool pose. And we got off to a decent start. Balotelli's header going quite close there, so I got quite unlucky with that one. Balotelli stepping inside the defender and releasing Notri, a decent initial save from the keeper, falls over and lands to the feet of Ignacio Abate, who strikes home early on. So that was in the 10th minute, and then Balotelli was released again, rounds the keeper, and a nice cheeky little chip finish into the centre of the net. So in 18 minutes we get ourselves a 2-0 lead, so as you can imagine, quite pleased with that, and that's a decent start to the game, so set a nice precedence for the rest of the game. Chips into the box, but he was fouled by the keeper, and we bag ourselves a penalty, and just as Balotelli runs up to take it, what's happened? The guy has rage quit. No surprises there. You'll see that a few times in this episode. I mean, obviously you've got to expect it in these divisions. I mean, we're going to come up against some pretty poor people, let's be honest. But the team we've chosen for the international side is, of course, Belgium. They've got a cracking side. Eden Hazard and players like that. Fellaini, Vertonghen, Lukaku, Christian Benteke has obviously been amazing for Villa this season. I mean, come against Colombia, they've got a cracking side too. Falcao, James Rodriguez, players like that, Luis Muriel, I don't believe he actually started, but we get ourselves off to a nice start. Actually, I say a nice start, but actually that was the 41st minute. Marouane Fellaini headering really nicely, just bounces in a horrible place for the keeper. Every keeper hates that, just it bounces in front of the keeper's stretch. And I don't usually use skills, but this is a nice play from Eden Hazard. It goes really close to that chip, but I was hoping that's going to end up in the back of the net. That would have been a really, really nice goal. He's totally sold his defenders there. But obviously I will be using skill quite a bit, and the poor divisions. But I mean, I'm not one to use skill, as I say, but Christian Benteke using his pace and his strength combined, and I thought that was a goal. And I just tried to be a bit cocky there, not entirely sure what I was doing with Romelu Lukaku there. But nevertheless, we do have that lead, and what a ball that was. And Benteke using his strength, keeping his balance nicely there, and Lukaku can smash that into the top corner. And I believe that was a 62nd minute. I think that was a 62nd minute, but yet we have our 2-goal lead that we fully deserve. It could have been about 4 or 5, so yeah, I'm not going to show you every single little highlight, but that was totally our game. And look at this goal. Romelu Lukaku, 66th minute, bags the second goal within the space of 5 gameplay minutes. That's about 20 seconds in real life, and yet again, there we have it, another rage quit. That guy decides enough of it is enough. We head into our next game, obviously, with AC Milan, our club for this episode. We have Yang, El Shaarawy. Similar, I think it's the same team we fielded for the first game with Milan. So I was excited to see who we're going to come up against and how this game is going to pan out. And we came up against Chelsea. Obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I used them in the first episode, and they actually got off to a nice start, with Fernando Torres putting Chelsea in front in the 7th minute. And look at this play, just teasing defenders, Ricardo Montolivo there, and putting us on level terms in the 18th minute. And a lovely finish as well, posting in left Petr with absolutely no chance. And that's a really, really nice goal, and Balotelli got a bit of luck, a bit of fortune there, but a lovely finish nevertheless. And Czech was left with no chance yet again. So that was right on the stroke of half time, I do believe. And that put us in front. So that was all good. So it was looking good for the rest of the game. But I knew we were going to come off. And this guy was a decent opponent. I mean, there's no way this division Division 10 stuff, possibly even Division 3 stuff. I mean, he was decent. I knew I was in for a game here, and a nice little bonus pass into the path of Mario Balotelli. Takes it down really nicely in the chest, and a lovely finish. And I believe that was his hat-trick. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, we'll probably find out at the end of the game, but I think that was his hat-trick. So a really nice performance from himself. And Montalivo having a good game as well, got himself a few assists in that game. But Azpilicueta, I don't know where on earth he came from there. And the guy must have been playing ultra attacking. I don't blame him, I probably would have done in that scenario. But yeah, Azpilicueta levels the score, and that ended 3-0. Balotelli actually got 2 goals, but nevertheless, he picked up man of the match for all that. So that is a good performance from him. And we now have 4 points in Division, I think it's Division 9. Yeah, we have 4 points, and we head into our, I think it's the last game in this episode now, and we are using Belgium for the second time, and keeping the same squad that we fielded last game with Lukaku, Benteke, and all that jazz, but Christian Benteke, I thought that was a certain goal, but what an outstanding save that was from Hugo Lloris. So we just had shot after shot after shot. Hugo Lloris is just equal to everything. He's just an absolute monster. And there you go, just everything, just nothing really panned out for me. And chances just went begging. And this one in particular, how on earth did it end up in the back of the net? I have no idea. And even this went wide. Look at that. At this point, I thought, nah, that's it. We're not going to get the goal. But Eden Hazard had he had I can't get my words out today. He had other ideas, and in the 82nd minute, he spared my blushes. And look at this stroke from Kevin De Bruyne going so close. If that went in, it would have been the goal of the series so far. But Christian Benteke wrapping up the scores. And in the 88th minute, the guy decides to rage quit. So that's the third rage quit in this episode. I did warn you there was going to be a lot of dirtiness, a lot of rage quits. And that means we have now moved up to 7 points, I do believe now. And we are coming up to the end of this episode. So we are in Division 9, I think. Yeah, Division 9. So this is the end of the episode. I hope you have enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.